Howdy folks, you're watching Deuce and Guns. Today we're talking about two flashlights from Olight. Both of them are 400 lumens, both of them are ultra light and ultra compact. One of them you hold on your head, the other one you hold in your pistol. Okay, first things first, let's talk about this headlamp. This headlamp has the light up here, actually has two individual LEDs up here, has a cord to a control switch right here, then the cord goes in the back where your power supply is. This distributes the weight much better than most other high-intensity headlamps. Olight has another headlamp, which I'm a fan of, but is super heavy, especially on the front. They have this big old boy right there. It's an 18650 battery right there. And you can really feel that's a lot of weight up front. It works tremendously well, but it is not very comfortable to wear when you're jogging, when you're running around, when you're using your, actually, that is a bear to wear if you're underneath a vehicle. This is great. There's actually footage right there of me underneath my Deuce and a half with this headlamp on, and it worked perfectly. Even in the middle of the day, I could turn this on and use that to look up in the crevices and hard to reach places in the Deuce and a half, and I had no problem seeing what I was doing. And then again, also the little battery pack in the back was a headrest against the dirt, which was nice as well. Now, the simple operation here, basically you've got one switch here, you hold it, turns it off, and then one single click turns it on, then you single click again, it lowers it down to the lower setting, and then you can double click through several options right there. But those details are the boring part. There's an up close personal look of the instruction manual where it shows how many hours per how many lumens you get. And the range in lumens goes from 50 lumens all the way to 400. And of course, the higher intensity lumen count, the lower your runtime is going to be. But you're guaranteed at least 2 hours on a full charge. And then what do you get in the box of the HS2 from Olight? Well, you get this carry pouch, which is cool. Although really you don't need it too much, because I have banged this around. I've thrown this in the bottom of a backpack along with tools and wrenches, and there's not even a scratch on it. This is very robust. Now, I say robust, but there's a few things you might want to know about before you purchase this. Number one is the cord going down the side, because you have your battery bank in the back and your aluminum housing for the light in the front. So you put that on there, and you got that wire going all the way down one side of your head here. So if you're running through, if you're doing some free running or something, you're going through the brush or going through trees, you get that snagged on a tree branch, and it could either yank this thing off or break something. Now, fortunately, the cord is attached very firmly to the battery and to this aluminum housing with the lights in it in the front. Very, very well attached. But if something does snag on that really, really well, then you have a quick release, and it comes apart between the switch and the battery bank. So they've thought of that for the most part. It is still not my favorite design. I kind of wish this was embedded in the inside the elastic. That would be nicer if there was some sort of covering over that. That would be the best idea. And another issue is the battery bank is plastic. Now, it's not really an issue. I've had this on the back of my head here, and I screwed all underneath both my Deuce and a half and my F250 with this scraping the ground the entire time, and you can barely see that. There's no problems there whatsoever. But it would be nice if that was aluminum just for that extra strength, but it apparently is not necessary. And speaking of the battery bank, there's one other button back here that shows you the amount of battery charge in there. You got all four lights there, which means we are golden. We're good to go here. And that's the only other switch besides the function switch on the light itself. And the Olight HS2 is also very waterproof. Now, it's not dunkable. You're not going to throw this in a bucket of water and leave it overnight, but it will survive a rainstorm. I did leave it out in the rain here locally for over an hour, and it was just fine. And along with the light and the carry pouch, you get some spare clips, because there are clips that clip the wire to the side of the headband. You get two more spares out of that, and you get a micro USB charging cable. And now let's move on to the Valkyrie PL-Mini. There's a close-up of it right there. It is lightweight, it is compact, it is fairly robust, and it has the quick release that we've all learned to know and love from Olight. And what's cool is it fits a Glock like it was designed for it. It snaps right on there, and you have the controls right at the edge of the trigger guard, which is perfect. Take that off here. Let me show you the controls. You have two levers here. You only press down on them. There's no side press, up press, or in press. You just only press down. Both levers do the exact same thing. You have the momentary, which is just on, off like that, and then a quick press turns it on and turns it off. Okay, first of all, let's talk about all the good things about this, all the good details. Number one is that it is 400 lumens. Now that lumens only lasts for a minute and then it drops down to 60 lumens for another hour. So you do get quite a long runtime out of such a tiny battery, which leads me to another point, the fact that the battery is internal. There is no adding batteries, no swapping batteries. You have an hour of runtime before you need to charge this up, which it uses a proprietary cord here that comes with the light itself. It also weighs in at just over 2 ounces, which is nice. It's very lightweight. You can barely feel it on the end of your pistol. Now, let me give you a demonstration here. We already had this on here, but this is a Glock 21 right there. And of course, this is the fat slide and the fat frame Glock. So what does it look like on a regular size frame? Well, here we go. This is my Glock 22. And there it is on a Glock 22, which would be the similar thing as a similar size as a Glock 17. And that is no problem at all. You can see that it fits right in, it melts right into the frame itself and looks really, really good, like it was made for it. By the way, these are completely unloaded, no ammo, no mags, so we are safe here. And now let's talk about some of the issues with the Olight PL-Mini. Well, one issue is that it claims to be mostly waterproof. It claims to be splash proof and things of that nature. I left this out in the rain. Here's some footage of it. I left it out in the rain, and after about the first hour, it shut off. It did not shut off because the battery was low. It did not shut off because the battery was dead. It shut off because of water intrusion. Now, I called them, and they said they'd never seen it before. They'd never had an issue with it. But I basically tried to fix it myself, and I found out there's no way to fix it yourself. So I took out all those little screws here, and there is no way for a home gamer to take out the battery and dry out the internals. So I left this on my heater basically for days and days and days and weeks. Finally it dried out enough to actually work. Now, I can't remember if I got any footage or not. I'll have to look through my computer to see if I can find some footage, because I've been working with this for about 2 or 3 months now. And I can say that it used to, when it was trying to dry out, it would randomly turn on and off, and it would go strobe even though there is no strobe. That's another point. There is no strobe on this. You push them both down at the same time, there's no strobe. I mean, you end up turning it on and off, but there is no strobe, and it's not designed to have that. You just have on and off. So it would go strobe just because of the water intrusion there. But it seemed to have finally dried out. About a week ago, it started working again. So that is an hour of rain, not even being dunked in underwater, just an hour of being in the rain, and it was useless for about 3 months. So it is not that watertight. And the second issue I have with the Valkyrie Mini is its charging cable. If you've already subscribed to the Olight chargers, you should have at least 1 or 2 of these little magnetic circular chargers here. Well, the Olight Mini the Valkyrie Mini has a special one. It even says special on it. You can see that right there. There's a close-up of the special versus normal one. And let me show you. So you got a charging port right there, and it's magnetic. So it goes right to it. Perfect. No problem whatsoever. But you take the other one. You take the one for your headlamp over here. So you got this big headlamp here. That's what that's for. And that works beautifully. But they're not interchangeable. This will not, the polarity of the magnet is reversed. It won't even go there. Look at that. It won't even, it's like, nope. It just refuses to charge. So you've got to carry around 2 charging cables for 2 different lights from the same manufacturer. And Olight, I don't really like that. I don't like having 2 different charging cables for different Olight flashlights. I would like to have 1 charging cable that works for all of my Olight flashlights, because that would solidify a brand name for me. That would solidify the brand. Would make me want to get rid of all my other flashlights and have 1 manufacturer, which would be Olight, and then I could use only 1 single charging cable for everything. That'd be fantastic. But if I'm forced to use a separate charging cable for every flashlight I've got, I might as well try to find the best deal from every manufacturer out there. So in conclusion, the headlamp, I like the headlamp. It is super lightweight, and you put it on there and you barely even notice it's on. Perfect. No problem whatsoever. The Valkyrie PL-Mini, I'm not fully sold on this. It is a very cool light. It is futuristic, it is tiny, it is lightweight, and it looks great on a Glock. It looks perfect on a Glock. Now, I can recommend this only if you're pretty sure you're not going to ever use it in the rain or need it in the rain. Now, Olight makes several other versions of the Valkyrie series that work just as well as this. They're a little bit larger, some of them are more powerful, some of them are about the same power, but they're a little bit larger and a little more bulky and heavy. but they will not get you stranded in the rain. So if you're going to be, let's say you live in Florida, which means you're going to be out in the rain, or if you're in Oregon, if you're in some place that has a lot of rain and you're going to be stuck in the rain a lot, then I would suggest the Olight Valkyrie PL-Mini. It is a 400 lumen flashlight. I've already reviewed it. There's the link to it right there if you want to see that review. That is very waterproof until I overheated it and then I killed it myself. And if you are going to be in the rain some, but you also need a higher intensity light, then the Valkyrie PL-2 is for you. If you're in the high desert, if you're not going to, rain is not going to really touch you or bother you that much, then the PL Mini, the Valkyrie PL Mini, is a good option for you, is a good option. Now, I live in Tennessee, and Tennessee has a lot of rain, so I cannot recommend the Valkyrie PL Mini to anyone who lives in Tennessee or another very wet state, because it will fail in the rain eventually, and it will take months and months for it to recover. So I can't have that kind of downtime in a weapons light. Well, guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like and go up, subscribe. A lot more is on the way. If you have any comments, questions, or show ideas, leave that in the comment box below the video. Remember, I do a live stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so go ahead and show up for that if you can. If not, of course, they'll be downloaded and you can actually watch them at your leisure. Well, guys, again, you have a great day. See ya.